All right, today we're going to talk about something called the architecture of time. Sounds fancy, right? But really, it's all about how to build a schedule that actually works for you instead of feeling like you're always working against the clock. So think of yourself as a designer, creating a blueprint for a life with way less stress and a lot more control. Let's get into it.
So, do you ever get that feeling like you're being pulled in a million different directions all at once? One minute you're trying to focus in class, but the next, your brain is already jumping to homework, then practice, then what you're doing with your friends later. We've all been there, and honestly, it's just exhausting.
And it's really no surprise we feel this way when you look at everything we're juggling. You've got school, you've got homework, all your activities, and you're trying to have a social life on top of it all. The pressure is real. So if you feel overwhelmed by all this, it's completely normal.
Okay, so what's the secret to getting a handle on all this chaos? Well, it's not about trying to magically find more hours in the day. It's really about using the time you already have, just more effectively. And that's where planning comes in. Not as some boring, restrictive thing, but as your own personal superpower for taking back control.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. See, a plan is way more than just a to-do list. It's like a roadmap for your brain. When you have a clear path, you stop wasting all that mental energy just worrying about what you're supposed to do next. You're actually free to focus, which calms you down, and you guessed it, helps you do your best work.
And this is the perfect before and after picture. On the left, you've got the chaos, that frantic rushing feeling, the constant stress, always forgetting stuff. But on the right, that's the calm and control that comes from having a blueprint for your time. And that feeling of being prepared and totally in charge, it is absolutely achievable.
So you're ready to actually start building your own weekly blueprint? I promise, it's a lot simpler than you might think. Let's just walk through the practical, step-by-step process right now.
These 4 steps right here are your secret weapon. Okay, first up, plan backward. Start with your big deadlines and work your way back from there. Second, break it down. Take those huge projects and chop them up into smaller, bite-sized tasks so they're not so intimidating. Third, schedule blocks of time for each task. And finally, and this one is so important, schedule your breaks. This isn't about working nonstop. It's about working smart. It's kind of like that Pomodoro technique. Work super focused for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. It really helps keep your brain fresh. So let's talk a little more about those scheduled blocks. A focused work session is your time to just get rid of distractions and lock in on one single thing. And yeah, that means putting your phone on silent, and more importantly, putting it out of sight. You would be absolutely amazed at how much you can get done in just 30 or 40 minutes of truly uninterrupted work.
But let's be real for a second. What happens when life just happens? A pop quiz gets announced, practice runs late, or maybe you just have a day where you are not feeling it at all. All of a sudden, your perfect plan seems, well, not so perfect anymore.
And here is the absolute key. A plan is a guide. It's not a cage. The goal is to adapt, not to abandon it completely. So when things change, just take a minute, look at your blueprint, and adjust your schedule. Just remember, progress is always, always more important than perfection.
And just like any other skill, like playing an instrument or learning a new sport, time management takes practice. You're not going to master it overnight, and that is totally okay. So don't get discouraged. The more you do it, and the more you think about what's working, the better you're going to get.
The secret is just to start small and build up some momentum. Don't try to change your entire life all at once. For this week, maybe just try scheduling 1 or 2 of those focused work sessions. When you actually do it, your confidence is going to grow, and that success makes it so much easier to stick with it.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, I want you to remember this. You are the architect of your time. You have the power, and now you have the tools to design a week that lets you crush your goals and still have time to chill out and do the things you actually enjoy.
It really all boils down to this simple, powerful cycle. And it starts right here. Step 1 is simple. Plan it. Just take a few minutes at the beginning of the week or even each morning to create that roadmap for yourself.
Step 2 is just as simple. Do it. A plan is only as good as its execution, right? This is where you actually commit to those focused sessions and put your blueprint into action.
And finally, the step that makes all the difference for next time. Step 3, reflect on it. At the end of the week, just ask yourself, what worked? What didn't? This little bit of reflection is how you learn, how you adapt, and how you make your next blueprint even better.
So please, let go of this impossible idea of the perfect schedule. It doesn't exist. Your new goal is just steady improvement. Focus on making small positive changes each week. That's a goal you can actually hit, and it's a game you can definitely win.
And hey, make sure you celebrate your wins along the way. When you notice those positive changes, you're feeling less stressed, you have more free time, your grades are better, take a second to actually acknowledge your hard work. That feeling of accomplishment, that's the fuel that's going to keep you going.
So what's your first move going to be? What's one small, manageable block of time you can schedule this week to start building your own blueprint? Think about it, put it in your calendar, and just see how it feels. You're the architect of your time. Now go out there and build something awesome.